Hello, welcome back to the Lightbulb Podcast. I'm your host, American Lightbulb, and I'm recording this on top of a Pop Tart box. Now, you may be asking, Lightbulb, why the fuck are you bringing up a Pop Tart box? Well, you see, this Pop Tart box is pissing me the fuck off because it was made by a French person. And I hate the French. I mean, in Minecraft. Please, don't hate on me, please. But yeah, that's besides the point. Boston creme donuts. Alright, listen, I don't care if I didn't pronounce that right. You would probably know what I'm talking about. But who the fuck names their Listen, this is an American donut. It was made in America. Well, the donut itself was made in America. I'm not sure about the Boston cream pie. Actually, no, that was also probably made in America. I don't give a fuck. I don't know my pie or donut history. All I know is that I don't know shit about this. Okay, I'm not a culinary student, nor do I plan to become one. But that's besides the point. Yeah, Boston creme donut. It's called Boston cream donut. Everyone calls it a Boston cream donut. Why the fuck do you have to use the French pronunciation of cream? Fucking French. Out of everything you could have used, you had to use French. That shit doesn't make sense whatsoever. I swear to God, I'm so pissed off because of it. Boston creme donut. No, it's Boston cream donut. Like, listen, if a French guy or girl fucked you and you cream pie them, would that be called a Boston? Would that be not a Boston cream? Would that be called a creme pie? No, that would just be called a cream pie. Have some common sense, you fucking apes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and it also says proudly baked in the USA. Now, I didn't notice this within the first 3 times of re-recording this podcast because life is a fucking world is a shit. But it's made in the USA. At least have some balls to call it by the US way. Not fucking creme, it's cream. God. I hate it. I fucking hate it. And the thing is, I love Pop Tarts, but this one just takes the cake of pissing me off. Like, okay, listen, you had other flavors to piss me off with, like unfrosted flavors too. Also, who the fuck eats their Pop Tarts unfrosted? The whole purpose of a Pop Tart is to have a frosted delicacy, not an unfrosted one. If you want an unfrosted one, go to fucking Trader Joe's and grab yourself a packet of unfrosted Pop Tarts. Because at that point, that's not a Pop Tart, that's just a miniature cake. But what the fuck? This shit pisses me off. Also, you know it down in the comments. Drop your favorite Pop Tart flavors. I'm more with the OG type shit. I fuck with Gen 1 Pop Tarts. Old school flavors. I don't like these new flavors, like these limited edition flavors. Actually, I take that back. The peanut butter one was actually nice. Yeah, they still make peanut butter Pop Tarts, I think. I don't know. But man, Pop Tarts. Amazing food. I love it. Fucking mwah. Pop Tarts. Also, another thing, I want to go ahead and make this clear. You are a bitch ass motherfucker if you eat your Pop Tarts, heat it up in the microwave for 1 minute, or put it in the toaster for 1 minute. Actually, no. Please don't cook your Pop Tarts for 1 minute. You'll just be eating up radiation at this point. It's not worth it. Please. Stop. Cease and desist. Just stop. You gotta eat your Pop Tarts either raw or frozen. I don't make the rules. This is how it is. You have to eat your Pop Tarts frozen to get the best out of it. Because it just gives it that extra chew and bite. You know what? I also eat my goddamn cookies frozen. Yeah. Cancel me for that. Beat me up in school for that. I eat my Pop Tarts and my cookies frozen. Like, not even Sub-Zero frozen. But just frozen. Like, 30, 20, maybe 10 Fahrenheit. I don't know. I don't fucking know how a freezer works. Then again, I don't think some people do. But still. Honestly, eating your Pop Tarts frozen and your cookies frozen, best way to eat them. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care if you heat up your Oreos Or if you eat them raw, nah, you have to freeze them. Freeze your Oreos. Freeze your Chips Ahoy. Freeze them Chips Ahoy, chewy especially. Imagine the fucking crunch. Type that shit on it. Like, Lord. Honestly, if you eat anything heated up that was already baked, you're just spitting into the mouth of the creator. Like, listen, the Pop Tarts company does say that they don't discriminate, but you know what? That's not stopping me. I will send you to fucking God or Satan. I don't give a fuck if you've been good or bad. If I find out you eat your Pop Tarts heated up, you was a pussy, a bitch ass motherfucker. I don't care. I will die in this hill. I've died on many hills before, but this hill will never be taken away from me. You eat your Pop Tarts fucking frozen or raw. That's it. Not even raw. They're already pre-baked. Why the fuck you need to bake them again? I don't see your motherfucking baking cookies again. Just because they got a little bit frozen or stale. Nah, I don't see you doing that shit. So why the fuck you gotta heat up a Pop-Tart? That shit makes no sense whatsoever. Why would you heat up a Pop-Tart? It hurts my soul and heart knowing that there's some foul-ass motherfuckers eating a goddamn heated up Pop-Tart. That shit breaks me mentally. Yeah, you don't understand the pain of this shit. This shit's not funny. Seek help. Get you some of that grippy socks. I don't care if you're male or female, agender, if you got dick or balls or pussy, I don't give a fuck. Please, eat your Pop-Tarts frozen or raw. They're not even raw, they're pre-baked. Why the fuck you gotta bake them again? Speaking about grippy socks, god damn, I love you some mentally insane bitches. Like, listen, I know it's overrated to love mentally ill girls, and I know it's bad for you, but, I don't care if that bitch walks up to me, puts a knife to my throat, and say, give me your seed, I'm giving it all. I don't care if I have to pay for child support. I'll do anything for that goddamn Listen, hear me out. For the girls and for the boys out there, I made 2 versions of this. If she wears grippy socks, she gonna grip on your meat too. That's a claim you cannot beat. And for the girls out there, if his socks grip, you will grip on his dick. That is unbeatable facts. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if that's the media to blame or it's some kind of like psychologist motherfucker to blame. But mentally ill girls and boys, I don't judge. Low key, they high on the scale. Like, they godly. Another thing I want to talk about while we're on the topic, because apparently now we're talking about this shit, might as well go ahead and bury myself deeper. Just older people in general. Now, I ain't talking about like Jeffrey Epstein and his fucking play toy things. Nah, not that. That's a bit too wide. That's a bit sus. I ain't going down that road. But if it's like, what are you like? You 21? You hit up a cougar or a guy or a dad bod? I don't care. Listen, but you can't be wrong about this. Older people are the best people ever. Like, I ain't gonna cap right now. Honestly, if like I was so close, I was already flirting with my friend's grandma. Like, I ain't even joking. As soon as that woman called me a stud muffin, god damn, sign me on to the fucking well and bake me like a fucking croissant. I do not give a fuck. I will get me a woman to call me a stud muffin. And I'm not sure why. I love me. Listen, pet names, they mid. They mid. I don't want to be called a fucking kitten. That shit, because my brain instantly correlates to some pedophile ass shit. Fucking, come here, kitten, or come here. Like, no. And the mommy and the daddy shit too. Overrated. You call me a daddy, you'll have me flabbergasted. Like, who the fuck? Like, seek help. Get yourself a dad or a mom. God damn, not me. I'll be a terrible ass parent. Don't call me daddy. No, but if you call me stud muffin, I don't care. Marry me instantly. I know. There's just something with being called a stud muffin that literally just like activates every inch of my body and be like, God damn, like you will get me fucking freezed up, seized up on a goddamn Thursday afternoon if you call me a stud muffin. I don't care. I love that shit. Like, I probably have some issues. I do have some issues. I'm just digging myself a hole. You know what? Once you're down the rabbit hole, you just gotta dig deeper. There's no way you're crawling out of it. So, for my next topic, actually, no. We're not even doing this topic. I can keep on talking on and on about this shit. Fucking older woman, or like, older woman. Yeah, older woman. Yeah, older woman. I don't know, they just hit the sweet spot. Like, listen, I'm not even talking about sugar mamas and all that shit. I'm just talking about older women in general. Like, I know, there's just something about the mom bod that just turns me on. Like, listen, I don't have a mommy kink. But if you call me sweetie, stud muffin, or some shit like that you would hear from a grandma back in the 80s, not like from a girl back in the 90s or 70s or 80s or some shit like that, back in the rock and roll age, if you call me a sweetie, a honey, or a stud muffin, I don't care. I will find my name to get my name on that will or lease. I don't care. I will find a way. Because there's no way you're just going to call me like that and then expect me to have no reaction. I will pop off as a nuclear goddamn missile. I don't give a fuck. That shit's hot. And if you say otherwise, you get no bitches. You're maidenless, dickless, fatherless, motherless, orphanage. Just instantly go to the hospital. You don't deserve the will to live. Get euthanized. Fuck you. Another thing I want to bring up. Chubby girls. Now, listen. I made this statement before. And all the men that are watching this can agree. The weight limit is 200 pounds on the face. That's it. Weight limit, 200 pounds. Now, Lizzo, I'm sorry, you're not getting on this face. I don't think you want to get on this face either. But, ladies, I don't care if you chubby, a little bit fat, if you got a little bit of tummy roll. I don't care. That's just shit to grab onto. Imagine the heat coming from this bitch. Like, shit, I don't even need to pay for the goddamn like heating bills and all that shit. Fuck it, like, bitch, get in the covers. We huddling. We getting warm in this bitch. I would. God, I'm so lonely. I haven't been touched in 5 years. Hey, wait. That sounds bad. I haven't gotten a significant other since 2019. It's been 3 years. It's been over 3 years, actually. It's been 3 years and a couple of months. I think I need to seek therapy. Maybe she was right. Maybe I do need to seek therapy. God damn. But I'm a man. I can't do that shit. Anyway, back to topic. Chubby girls. Listen. My friends dogged on me for this shit for God knows how long. That chubby girls are mid. Chubby girls are not it. I don't care. Cause hear me out. She might be chubby. She got a little bit. She got inch or 4 or 5 of stomach hanging out. 5 inches too much. Yeah, 5 inches is way too much. For the guys out there, don't take that out of context. But I'm just saying, like, if she has a little bit hanging off, she golden. She for me. I don't care if you motherfuckers. Listen, every day I grow up, I low-key kind of understanding black people. Because this is about to sound controversial as hell. I don't give a fuck. But it's been popularized that black people go after chubby white girls. And honestly, I don't blame them. Chubby white girls, they hit different. I'm slowly starting to understand. Maybe it's because of all the black and milds I've been smoking, all the backwoods I've been smoking. Maybe it's the ski mask that digged into my head. Not the foo shiesty mask, but the ski mask. But chubby girls, I don't care. They can drain me dry. I don't care. I love them. They can sit on my face. They can crush me. They can roll me up. I don't care. Chubby girls, they're hot as hell. I don't care. There's no debating that. And even if they're not hot, they're cute as hell. They're cute. It's not without debate. They're hot, cute. They got extra grip for your hands and for your penis. What more can you want? Like, if you're settling down, pick her. Pick her over the college girl that rejected you 5 times and then slept with 5 black guys that have dicks twice the size as you. Where it's like, oh god, that's racist again. I don't care. Like I said, this podcast has no filter whatsoever. I'm just more scared that the school's gonna find out that I have this podcast, and next thing you know, guidance, counseling shit. But, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, anyway, back on topic. Another type of girls that I really like are fit girls. Like, yeah, they're nice and old, but there's one thing that kind of, like, gets me going. It's the muscular abs that they have. Like, muscle girls. That's it, just muscle girls. I don't care if she can break my dick like a glow stick or play with my balls like a bop it. I don't care if she can throw me over the shoulder and rape me. Okay, well, that's too far. That's too far. I don't mean full-on rape. But, she can do anything she wants with me. Like, I don't care. She can break me in half for all I care. Muscle girls are hot, and you can't tell me otherwise. You can't tell me otherwise. Like, I'm not sure. And for all the people who have, like, sweat kinks and all that shit, I know there's some people do. My ex has had them. But if they have a sweat kink, if you have a sweat kink, muscle girls are the way to go. Because imagine this: after a workout, she comes back home, and you go ahead and you just hug her and kiss her, do your romantic shit. I don't know. I haven't been in a happy relationship since forever. The only good happy relationship I had was the one with nicotine, and even then it was a little bit toxic. And then drinking and all that shit, but that's besides the point. I never been in a happy relationship, and you shouldn't take my word nor my advice. But, you should take everything I say here with a little bit of salt. Except if it's, my personal life stories, or if you're an English teacher watching this, anecdotes. Yeah, but anyway, muscle girls. Oof. And they don't even have to be that muscular. They don't have to be like 8 or like 10/11% like body fat, because one, that's really hard to maintain from what I've learned. Like, yeah, they can show like a little bit of abs and all that, and I don't care. Like, everything that I like is like a polar opposite of what I also like too. So you got normal colored hair people, I like that. Then you got the colored hair bitches. Love them to bits, to shreds. Then you got the brunettes. Then you got the gingers. And I love both of them. Like, I don't care what you say about gingers. Like, yeah, I know that they're either a 1 or a 10. I don't care. As long as they don't got like the twin pigtails. I love them. Fucking love gingers. And what's another good comparison? Oh yeah, fit and slim to chubby. I also like that shit. But I feel like I said that before. I know, I might have a case of dementia. Because yeah. Oh god, it's early onset dementia. Yay! But no, besides the point. I don't know, like, either my standards have gone extremely low, or I'm just clinically insane. Not clinically insane, like, I'm still a functioning member of society. Or, what it would have been deemed as back in 2018. I'll probably still get canceled for, saying something, slightly offensive. But, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, world is a fuck. Kill is a shit. Tough titties. Yada, yada, yada. But, yeah. And, honestly, that's just how life is. Yeah, sure, we're getting more insensitive. I mean, not insensitive, but more sensitive day by day. But, that's why I'm here. To, be insensitive. I don't view this, like, entire thing as a podcast only, like, as a work or a hobby. more lean to a hobby, but I also view it as a, nice venting method to release all that like pure shit that's in my body. Just release it out and have a nice talk between myself and my thing to prop up my phone, a box of Pop Tarts while staring into a window. I'm not sure why, but this window view is actually ideal. I like it. It's quiet. You got the lights from the apartments, and you got, your street lights and all that. Also reminds me of like this age-old question. Well, not age-old question, but it's a pretty old question that no one talks about anymore. But do you ever think about like how each single apartment window has, a different life, a different breed of, life? One might be a police officer, the other one might be a terrorist, the other one might be an illegal immigrant. It's nice. I barely think about that question, but sometimes when I just look into a window, or like many windows as I am right now, it gets my brain thinking. But yeah, it's really nice. It's a very niche question, but it's a question that not a lot of people think about. But anyway, back to my degenerate topics. Yeah, I mean, can we dig much more deeper into this rabbit hole that we call my kinks, and that someone might sadly relate to? Yes, we can actually, in a matter of fact. Let's talk about... I actually don't know what I can talk about. I generally hope I can... Hold on, an idea is coming up. Give me a second, let me think. Oh yeah, I can talk about my kinks. I feel like no one would want to listen to that, but you know what? Fuck it. You're stuck here with me. You're probably listening to this while you're doing something, and you're probably out of reach of your phone. If you are, I'm sorry. I'll give you some time to politely try to stop this sense of madness while I'm talking. I gave you 5 seconds. That should probably be enough or more. I don't know. I really didn't count time. But honestly, I'm pretty vanilla when it comes to it. I would consider myself a vanilla. I mean, with the occasional, like throw grabbing and all that. I mean, that's just romantical shit at this point. And honestly, it's been accepted by society so much that they became normal, like normal shit. So yeah, that's kind of fun that something that used to be kinks before just became normal, apparently accepted by society, and can no longer be counted as kinks, but like things that like most people are addicted to or like. But yeah, life's crazy. Well, it's not life, it's society is crazy because it blends in with people today. It tries to, slither and slime its way into, people so people will accept it. And honestly, it's doing a good job. Because the more people that are within society, the better it is, to take over things and mind control and all that shit. It just makes it way more easier. Honestly, I feel like today's society might be leaning into propaganda a little bit. Has anyone thought about that? Because nowadays, you just got the media trying to push its own bias, which is kind of sad. Because now it's being harmful towards actual causes. It's kind of weird. A good example of this would be, the Ukrainian conflict. Because honestly, it probably affects me way more than all these white girls who are probably like second or third gen here. Or maybe first gen, I don't judge. I don't know how white girls work. They scare me. I mean, but you do like what scares you sometimes. That explains a lot of things, but back to topic. Honestly, just, it feels so sad because people are now just saying that, oh, we're NPCs just because we're siding with Ukraine and all that, but it's not an NPC thing. Like, for me as a Ukrainian, and as a Slavic person, it generally hurts me that these two nations, who are like brothers, are clashing against each other. All because, you have a cliche thing as going on in war. You got two super nations, going at it against each other. Well, they're not super nations after all. It's more like showing the characteristics of a super nation. That's a better way to explain it. And yeah, I like I said before, I don't really want to jump into politics, war, and all that. But, I felt like it would be a nice, subject to slightly touch about it and not go into this rabbit hole. Probably something to bring you back to reality after I listed off everything that you would want, but it would never get. So get fucked. But yeah, life is weird. I feel like that's another slogan I can slap onto my brand name. Life is weird and tough titties. I mean, I don't even really need a slogan. At this point, tough titties is like my way to replace tough shit. Because one, tough shit, that's overused, and two, tough titties, it adds in a slight, comedic thing, as long as with, a slight offensive tone. So it's not offensive. I mean, it is offensive to some degree, but it's also comedic to some degree. It's like yin and yang type shit. I really like it. God, I have never looked into a phrase so deep, and it's just two words. Honestly, you know what? No. As a matter of fact, we'll go deeper into this. The tough and the titties. The tough will, of course, be the black, and the titties will be the white, of course. Evil, but good. And there's always a little bit of good within evil, and there's a little bit of evil within good. And honestly, Tough Titties manages to capture that so well. Now, on the other hand, the words tough shit, that could be just seen as pure, evil. Pure, what was it, yang or yin? I'm not sure. It confuses me, but still, just pure evil, because that just in a it's completely sarcastic. God, English, sarcastic. There we go. Full on sarcastic. Even if you said it with good intentions, it'll still sound bad. Now, the good version of it, the good version of this, pure good, would probably be the words, I'm sorry, or, I'm sorry for your loss, I'm sorry for your cause, something along those lines. That would just be pure good intentions, unless if, of course, say it in a sarcastic voice. But, it will be pure intentions. Now, the words tough titties, that's just a perfect mix of those two. And honestly, it's just wonderful. The English language is amazing. And honestly, that's probably the reason why ELA is my better grade than anything else. Like, pre-calc is getting there, but, English is a wonderful language. Because you can make something good with the English language, or you can sadly make some monsters. Like the sentence, buffalo, 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 buffalo. Please do not search that up. And also, if you're an ELA teacher, please don't give that work to your students. I'm talking to you, Mrs. Seif and Mr. Downs. Fuck you both, especially, for making me do that. Because I was literally crying. I was about to cry in class for that shit. And I think I told you straight in the face, too, to go ahead and burn in hell. Rightfully so, of course. Because in no way should a student have to suffer having to solve that jumble of the English language. I'd rather do Shakespeare than that shit ever again. Fuck it. Fuck that shit so hard. I hate it. I really do. Or you can make something a mix of good and evil and write smut. I'm not sure why, but smut is a different language of the English, literature. And honestly, I feel bad for the people who have to read it, let alone proofreading it, because I'm talking from experience. It's not fun. Speaking of which, I want to close this episode off with a quote from Hemingway. Always proofread while drunk. And honestly, I'm willing to fuck around and find out. So yeah, if I don't upload next week, or if I do upload next week, that would be an interesting story. I just need to figure out how to not get drunk on a Monday afternoon, sadly. Because I did that once and it was way too fun. So yeah, I'm signing off. This has been your host, American Lightbulb, and yeah, I'll catch you later, cuckle fucks. Cheers.